You buy a game, you love it. It's dark, gritty, exactly what you signed up for. Then one day, the developer says, hey, we're changing your game because console players need a watered-down version. And guess what? You're getting the censored version too, whether you like it or not. That's exactly what happened to Ready or Not players this week, and the gaming community is absolutely losing it. Ready or Not is this hardcore tactical shooter where you play as a SWAT officer dealing with seriously intense situations. We're talking drug busts, hostage rescues, human trafficking rings, the kind of stuff that makes you uncomfortable because it's supposed to. The developers at Void Interactive built their entire reputation on creating this unflinching look at the darkest parts of law enforcement. But here's where things get messy. Void just announced they're bringing the game to PlayStation and Xbox on July 15th. Sounds great, right? More players, bigger community, everyone wins. Except there's a catch. To get past Sony and Microsoft's content guidelines, they had to tone down some of the most disturbing elements. And instead of keeping two separate versions, one for PC, one for consoles, they decided to apply these changes to everyone. So what exactly got changed? Void released a list of 6 specific modifications. In the Twisted Nerve mission, there's a child character who used to be shown convulsing. Now they're just sleeping. In A Lethal Obsession, they covered up nudity on one of the suspects. Female hostages in certain missions now wear underwear instead of being completely exposed. They also revised some evidence photos in the cybercrime mission because the original versions were too explicit when it came to minors. The biggest gameplay change? You can't dismember enemies after they're dead anymore. You can still blow limbs off during combat, but once they're down, that's it. No more post-mortem violence. Now you might be thinking, these don't sound like massive changes. And honestly, looking at the before and after screenshots Void provided, they're not. The game still looks dark, it's still disturbing, most missions haven't been touched at all. But that's not really the point, is it? PC players are furious because they bought into a specific vision. They supported a developer who promised an uncompromising experience. Some backed the game years ago during early access specifically because Void said they wouldn't pull punches. Now those same players feel betrayed. They're asking why should PC gamers have to accept console restrictions when their platform doesn't have those limitations. The review bombing started immediately. Within days, Ready or Not went from very positive reviews to mixed or mostly negative. Over 1,200 angry reviews flooded in. Players called it a betrayal, a sellout move, proof that money talks louder than artistic integrity. But here's where things get messy. Void didn't stay quiet. They came out swinging with explanations. They said maintaining 2 different versions would be a technical nightmare. With crossplay between PC and consoles, everyone needs to be playing the same game. They claimed that adding clothes to character models or changing complex assets couldn't be done selectively without creating a mess of bugs and compatibility issues. They also pointed out something that a lot of angry gamers seem to forget. Game development isn't just about creating art, it's a business, and expanding to consoles opens up a massive new market. Physical distribution adds even more restrictions because retail stores have their own standards about what they'll put on shelves. What really gets me is the inconsistency in how these standards work. Games like Outlast show way more graphic content on consoles. Red Dead Redemption 2 lets you blow people's heads off in gruesome detail. Grand Theft Auto, do I even need to explain? But somehow Ready or Not crosses the line? The truth is, smaller developers like Void get scrutinized way harder than the big studios. Rockstar can push boundaries because they have armies of lawyers and decades of relationships with platform holders. Void Interactive, they're just trying to get their foot in the door. But here's the plot twist, though. Despite all the outrage, all the negative reviews, all the forum drama, Ready or Not shot up the sales charts. It hit Steam's top 15 bestsellers during the controversy. Turns out there's no such thing as bad publicity. But what does this mean for the future? That's the real question. Void says they're committed to keeping the game's core identity intact. They swear the tone and atmosphere haven't changed. Looking at those comparison screenshots, they might have a point. The game still tackles heavy subjects, it's still uncomfortable to play. Those 6 changes, while symbolically frustrating, don't fundamentally alter the experience. But trust is a fragile thing in gaming. Once players feel a developer has compromised, it's hard to win them back. Every future update, every new feature, every creative decision will be viewed through the lens of, are they selling out again? The bigger picture here is about the state of gaming itself. We're seeing more and more cases where platform holders dictate creative decisions, where global standards force developers to create lowest common denominator content, where the push for mainstream success conflicts with niche artistic visions. Is this the price of growth? Maybe, but it's a price that clearly not everyone wants to pay. What do you think? Are these changes a big deal, or is the community overreacting? The console version drops July 15th with full crossplay, 18 missions, and some exclusive content for pre-orders. Whether you're picking it up or boycotting on principle, one thing's certain: Ready or Not just became one of the most controversial releases of 2025. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.